This is Taiku 36. Take 36. Taiku 36, the 36th Taiku, and the Taiku is the unanswered question that we need to wait for the Messiah. Elijah the prophet, who heralds the coming of Messiah, and of course the coming of Messiah. The 36th Taiku, very interestingly, and I usually don't make comments on of this nature about the Taikus, but today it was spot on. There's only one Taiku in all of Tractate Rosh Hashanah, and this is connected to a certain acronym that is a name of a woman named Tamar, which Tamar came up in the Daf Yomi recently, but also 72 days ago around came up in the Gemara also, I think. But anyway, let's leave that aside. I think it did, yeah. Right. But anyway, the point is that Tamar is in Mesechus Ta'anit, okay? Me'ilah and Rosh Hashanah, all of those tractates only have one Taiku in the entire tractate. And this is one of them, Rosh Hashanah. And this is the 36th Taiku that occurs if you start from the beginning of Shas, from Brachot, you count all the Taikus. This is going to be 36. So that thing with Tamar is a side point. It's because it came in the Daf Yomi today. But anyway, this is talking about a blowing the shofar, a tekiah, and the gematria, the numerical value of tekiah, is 585. And in regular gematria, most people just do the standard gematria. With Aleph is 1, and then you go up to it. Then when you get to Yud, it goes by tens, and then when you get to Kuf, it goes by hundreds. That's the standard way of doing it, by far. It's done that throughout all Chazal, by far the most common. I think that's the only way it's done. But there's other ways of gematria that are a little bit more, I think, more on the Nister level, which is not as much, but you do find it in the Talmud as well, a little bit. These are the ciphers of Atbash, where Aleph can be substituted with Taf, and Bet can be Shin, that's Atbash, or Al-Bam, where Aleph is Lamed and Bet is Mem. And there's other ones. There's a certain cipher about Rabbi Chia, it's Achbat or Atbach, something like that. Atbach. Anyway, Aleph is Tet, and Bet is 1 is 8 and 2 is 9. Maybe that's it. But anyway, there's many ciphers. But there's one called Mispar Seder, and it's excellent. It's an excellent cipher. I'm not sure why it's not used more. But this is very simple. It's just ordinal. It's just like there's 22 letters in the alphabet. So Aleph is 1, Bet is 2, and you just go in order. So that Taf is 22. You just go in order. So Samach is the 15th letter, so it's equals 15. Ayin is the 16th letter, 16. Shin is the 21st letter, so Shin is 21. That seems, you're not skipping by tens. There's probably a reason why it was decided to go by tens when it hit Yud and hundreds by Kuf. I'm not sure. But those are incredibly accurate gematrias also. And my point is that tekiah equals 72 in Mispar Seder, an order number, like if Taf is 22 and Ayin is 16 and Kuf is 19 and Vav is 6, that's 72. And the words Zerach and Peretz, which really reminds us of Mashiach, because those were the twins that came from the union of, guess who? Yehuda and Tamar. That's where the Tamar came from. Ha! I knew it came from somewhere. Right. Tamar was the mother of these twins, Perach and Zerah. Peretz and Zerah, through which Peretz comes the Messiah. So Tekiah is like a shofar, right? And we know that the Messiah blows the shofar. This is what we're told. The shofar of the Messiah, okay, Tekiah, it equals 585, and Peretz plus Zerach equals 585. But in ordinal, Mispar Seder, okay, Tekiah equals 72. But in ordinal, in Mispar Katan, which is where you're only counting single digits, when you get to Yud, you go by just one. That Peretz and Zerach is 36. And this is Daf 36 of Rosh Hashanah. Taiku, which only happens once in this Masechta per the acronym Tamar, and Tamar gave birth to Peretz and Zerach, and Peretz and Zerach in Mispar Katan equals 36. That's amazing. I'm sorry, that's amazing. There's more. I'm not sorry. I'm saying it's just expression, but I'm saying I'm not sorry that this is amazing. I'm amazed that this is amazing, but this has to go. This goes into the 72 names and the 236s. This is even deeper. But anyway, that was my idea for that, and I'll go to the Taiku. The 36 Taiku of Rosh Hashanah, also the 36 Tzadikim is going to do it as well. Two types of Tzadikim, from Kain and from Hevel, both sides. Rosh Hashanah 30 with the words My Ein Kol Yachid V'Yachid Chayav Litkoa. This is Rosh Hashanah 38. Ilem Midbi Oivel Toikin Yachidin Rosh Hashanah Toikin Yachidin. V'ha Ki Yasov Yitzchak Bar Yosef Yitzchak Bar Yosef Omar Ki Havisam Shnichas V'Vot Ki Yosef V'Yavnu Lo Yishamayim Nishkalon V'Megayet Goy Tichidoi. The Gemara asks, what is the meaning of the clause, each and every individual is not obligated to sound it? If we say that on Yom Kippur of the Jubilee year, individuals sound the shofar, whereas on Rosh Hashanah, individuals do not sound it at all. This is difficult. But when Rabbi Yitzchak Bar Yosef came from Eretz Yisrael to Babylonia, he said, when the prayer leader completed the sounding of the shofar in Yavne, nobody could hear the sound of his voice in his ears due to the noise of the sounding of individuals. This indicates that individuals would sound the shofar even on Rosh Hashanah. Elalav de'ilu b'yoivel toigin be'mizman Beis Din ben Shiloh Mizman Beis Din Rosh Hashanah Mizman Beis Dinin Shiloh Mizman Beis Din Lo Ketani Mihas V'yoivel Ben Mizman Beis Din Ben Shiloh Mizman Beis Din. Rather, is it not the case that whereas on Yom Kippur of the Jubilee year they sound the shofar both when the court is in session and when the court is not in session? On Rosh Hashanah, when the court was in session, yes, they would indeed sound it, but at a time when the court was not in session, no, they would not sound the shofar. In any event, the Braita is teaching that on Yom Kippur of the Jubilee year, they would sound the shofar both when the court was in session and when the court was not in session. This presents a difficulty for the opinion of Rav Huna. Lo! The Gemara rejects this argument. No! Le'olam mizman beit din. Yachakitani bi'oy b'zman beis din talking about bein b'fnei beis din. Ben shalai b'fnei beis din b'Rosh Hashanah talking b'zman beis din b'fnei beis din. Itzmanami Amachia Bar Gamada. Amachia Bar Gamda. Amar Rav Yossi ben Shaul. Amar Rabbi Ein Tokin Elabz Kol Zman Shebedin Yoshvim. The Gemara rejects this argument. No, No. Actually, they sound the shofar only when the court was in session. And this was what the Braita is teaching. On Yom Kippur of the Jubilee year, when the court was in session, they sound the shofar both in the presence of the court and not in the presence of the court. However, on Rosh Hashanah, they sounded only when the court was in session. And even then, only in the presence of the court. Then only in the presence of the court. It was also stated that Rabbi Chia Bar Gamda said, that Rabbi Yossi ben Shaul said, that Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi said. They sound the shofar only throughout the period when the court is sitting in session, and only in its presence. And this is the Taiku. This is the 36th Taiku. Take it away. Rabbi Zera raised a dilemma. If the members of the court stirred themselves to rise at the end of the session, but there was some delay and they did not actually rise, so they started getting up, but they didn't actually get up. What's the halacha? Do we require that the court be seated, and that is the case here, as the judges are still sitting, or perhaps do we require that the shofar must be sounded when the court is in session? And that is not the case, as they have stirred to rise. So can you blow it when they're just about to get up? They finished the court, but they didn't get up yet, but they just started moving. How about then? Can you blow it then? We don't know. We need to wait till the Messiah comes to Elijah the prophet. Zusammen mit the Mashiach, to get the answer to this question.